Hello, I'm Dawn Bilbrey. I am a teacher at Texaco Middle School. I teach 8th grade ELA and U.S. History. I have been a teacher for going on 18 years. I'm in my 18th year. I have received an exemplary rating for the last 2 years as determined by the New Mexico Teach Evaluation System. I am the district coordinator for SAT and RTI here at Texaco. I am a New Mexico Teacher Leader Network ambassador. I sit on the New Mexico Secretary Teacher Advisory Committee, and I am a New Mexico Teach Plus Policy Fellow. This is my interview video for the second round of the New Mexico Secretary Advisory Committee. And so I'm just going to visit with you a little bit about some questions that I've been asked to answer. So the first question was, what do I believe was the most impactful learning experience I've had as a teacher leader through my adventures over the last year with the Secretary's Advisory Committee. So I believe that probably just the idea, I think the most impactful thing for me has just been the knowledge that I've gained and the connections that I've made with teachers across the state and with educational administrators across the state, statewide, district-wide, local, through my experiences with the Secretary's Advisory Committee and having the knowledge and the information that I get through those meetings and being able to bend Alicia and Isaac's ear when I need to, or get questions answered for my principal, the elementary principal here at Texaco, for even my superintendent. Those things have been largely impactful. They've given me a voice, they've given me confidence, and knowledge, and knowledge is power, right? But I just think for the first time in 18 years, I actually feel like I'm a part of the bigger picture, that I'm not being asked to just go into my room, shut the door, and teach, which is what I felt like was my experience for the first 16 and a half years of my career, which, don't get me wrong, I love teaching, and it's where I'm supposed to be. The classroom is my home, and it's where I'm supposed to be because I know that my impact in the classroom reaches farther than anywhere else I could be. But I think as far as what has impacted me the most, it's just the knowledge and the connections I've made with people. I now have a network of really strong, knowledgeable, creative, I don't want to say ambitious has such a negative connotation for most people, but I really like the word ambitious. And when I meet teachers that I know are ambitious, it inspires me to be better. And having access to these teachers and making these connections with people I would not have met or known otherwise, it's just been a game changer for me. So that's question one. Question two asked me to give 2 examples of how I will continue to improve my impact in New Mexico education as a teacher leader. So the first one, I think, is what I'm doing right now, continuing to become a part of the process, an active part of the process. There'll never be another thought in my mind where I feel like, oh, they don't really want to know or they don't care about my insight. I know now that it matters and that I am an expert when it comes to teaching. And that is liberating, knowing that I'm recognized and valued as a teacher. Our profession is so undervalued that sometimes I think people say, oh, I just admire what you do so much. And that's just kind of words. But I think New Mexico is experiencing something really exciting right now in that teacher voice is on the rise. And because we have access to the media and social media, I know now that the conversations I have with parents and people in my community are more genuine, they're more authentic, and they're more valid. They do now recognize, oh, she really is a professional. So I think doing things like the New Mexico Teacher Leader Network or Teach Plus or STA, these kind of initiatives, sorry, that's my school bell. These kind of initiatives are important for teachers to be involved in. And so I'm going to continue to try to spread my reach through these networks so that I can help create that change in New Mexico education and in teaching, bigger picture in teaching specifically. And then the second example of how I feel that I can improve my reach or my impact as a teacher leader, I think it would have to be through my sharing of knowledge. So I have a blog page that I've set up, and it's very small right now, but it's going to grow. I've written several op-eds over the course of the last year, and those have generated a lot of feedback for me that has, not all of it's been positive, which I think is great, because when you get that negativity, I think it pushes you to think about things differently than you might originally think about things. But I think through my blog and my Instagram page, I have a teacher Instagram page, and through the op-eds and sharing my opinions, sharing my insight, sharing my ideas with the community at large, I think that's really, really important. I wish more teachers would do it. I think people are interested, parents are interested, community members are interested. And so I'm going to continue to do that here at my school in my district. I am going to set up next year, here we go, once you speak it out loud, but I have spoken to my principal about it, but I'm going to set up a book study where we're going to read books together, those that want to, not everyone will, but I think I have a pretty good group, and I have a bunch of new teachers at my school, so I'm going to set up these book studies, and during our lunchtime, we're going to talk and visit about things that are relevant and important in education. So I think locally, our district, right here in my district, I can improve my reach as a teacher leader through that avenue. And we're going to start with one of the books that I got from Teachers Summit last year. And I'm trying to grab a hold of it. Hold on just a second. Oops. Can you tell it's the end of the school year? But we're going to start with Simon Sinek's book, Eaters Eat Last. And so that's my plan for the coming year. And so I'm super excited. Sorry about the mess. But I'm super excited about what's happening in the state of New Mexico, and I'm super excited to be considered again for the Secretary Advisory Committee, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.